Let me start off by reading the quote because it'll make more sense as I continue my speech. "I'm only in this for the money." This is a quote by Han Solo. I believe that's from Star Wars, a movie, right? Like, is that right?
Yeah.
Getting head nods, good. I think it's important that we realize how very important money is, especially in the aspect of art. As an artist, I feel that nowadays we have singers left and right. Who is Justin Bieber? He's like 12 or something, and he's already like rich and famous. And quite honestly, the type of music that I'm studying or the type of voice that I'm studying is very difficult. So for someone who is much younger than me to jump into fame and fortune is just kind of, why so soon? Why so sudden? And then I start to think about actresses and directors. So 3 different aspects of my speech will be covering aspiring actors or actresses, aspiring directors, and aspiring vocalist singers as musicians, performers. As actors and actresses, it's important it's always, I want to be a famous actor or actress. Not, I just want to be an actor or an actress who can move people or inspire people to do something with their lives. It's always, I want to be famous. I want to have big coats, diamonds, jewelry. I want all of this great, lavish, all the great and wonderful things that come out of fame and fortune, which is, like Han Solo says, I'm only in it for the money. As a director, it's important that we have a strong set of actors and actresses, because if I, as a director, am putting my name on this movie, I want to make sure that I have Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, all the big shots, all the rich people. I want to make sure that if I'm going to put my name and my label on it, that it's going to get the best outcome, that I'm going to sell the most, that I'm going to get the most money in the box offices. And finally, as a singer, like I said at the beginning of my speech, singers are popping up left and right. And it makes things difficult for those of us who are in a different form of singing, more of a classical form, but it's just, where has the passion gone? Where has the importance of art gone? It seems like it's all dead, and all people care about now is just fame and money. And where does it all go? When do we get back all this passion that we've lost? Even in songs nowadays, I want to make it rain. It's all about cash money, cash money. Like, what about songs that inspire people? Like the music, the repertoire that I learn is about nature and about beauty in people and sadness and grief, as opposed to just like, excuse me, bitches and hoes, got to get on my ribs, got to ride all these, you know, like, where has the passion gone? I think it's important that we all realize that we need to have more of a passion for art as opposed to, I'm going to be in this art for just money and glamour. Because honestly, to get to the point where you get all that fame, you gotta push and you have to strive. That's why it's so difficult for me, or frustrating for me to see famous people jumping left and right. I think it's important that we not worry about money. I think it's important that we realize that art moves people and it touches people, and that's what we should really focus on. Thanks.
All right. right, you start with the quote, you tell us that that's an important thing to do, but I'm never sure why it turned out to be an important thing to do. It just seemed like a way to get into the speech instead of being related to the way you're going to talk about the topic. Once you get to the topic, I think your point needs to be a little bit clearer. It becomes clear while you're speaking, but I think it should be sharper at the beginning of the speech. You did have a good preview of what the structure is going to be, and you follow that structure during the speech. I thought that you did an okay job with your supporting material. You got a lot of platitudes about a couple of things and a lot of ideas that you're talking about. I would have liked some of those illustrations. The only illustration I got in the speech that was really at all detailed was some reference to Justin Bieber in the introduction. But after that, who is it you're talking about when you're talking about all those actresses that don't want to be able to act, they just want to be famous and rich? I'm not sure who it is you're discussing. When you talk about, I got a little bit more on the singing stuff because you used some musical examples as illustrations on those points, and those were okay. On the presentation, I think you've got lots of energy and pretty good variety in your voice. It's paced appropriately. There's good indicators. You seem natural when you're talking with the gestures. That part's fine. Your facial expressions are quite animated. I also thought your eye contact with the audience was pretty good. Your posture is okay. I was wondering, though, if your selection of pants today was a deliberate reaction of my comment about wearing the big boy pants on the days that you speak, because you look like you're ready for a day on the river. You and Huck are going to go down there and do some fishing. Well, today you were given a presentation, and we're all going to be looking at you, so you ought to be thinking about those kinds of things. All right, yeah, there you go. I thought that there weren't a lot of anxiety issues. Maybe a little bit at the beginning it was awkward, like I said in the introduction. I thought once you got your feet under you, you seemed to be doing a little bit better. The conclusion of the speech, you had a summary and an exit line that was pretty good. So you were involved in the presentation, and I like the ideas. I think that they could have been developed a little bit more. Like I said, I thought the music ones, that should be the place where you are a little bit more successful at that. That's your field, right?
Yep.
All right. Now, I have only one evaluation form left in my hand. Mina's out there going to come in. Is there anybody else that we haven't heard from? Are you supposed to do a prepared speech or an impromptu?
Impromptu.
Did you give me an evaluation form?
I thought I did.
I don't have one. Let me stop this for a second.